Hey guys, so a little while ago I made a video about sock packing. This video is actually going to be about the step up from sock packing, and that is realistic packing. Just a quick note, if any of you out there watching this are easily triggered, dysphorically wise, by anything that resembles any sort of penis shaped object, I would recommend not watching this, because I will be showing you my packer, and my packer is realistic. And the last thing I would want is to trigger any of you and make you feel worse about yourself. So yeah, if you don't like that sort of thing, it's best to stop watching now. I will be dividing this video up into 3 parts. Part 1 will be talking about where to buy a packer and what I would recommend. Part 2 will be about how to care for your packer and the sort of regime that I do. And part 3 will be about the sort of reasons for getting a packer. If I can figure it out, I will be putting like the times of each section in the description below, so if you want to skip to a specific section you can just click on them. I hope I can figure that out. Part 1, where to buy a packer. Now there are a lot of websites available that sell this sort of packer type things. I find it easier to buy it from sites that are aimed towards FTMs. A lot of sort of packers were originally used as sort of like the novelty sex toys, and the word novelty just bothers me. So it is better to order from, say, sites that are aimed towards trans men. Now there are certain ones out there that you can buy from that supports trans men, so that when you buy your packer, the money you're spending is going straight towards people who are saving up for, surgery or something like that. Unfortunately, a lot of those are in America. I have yet to find one that is in England, and there is a reason why I haven't bought from them before, is that I went on a site, I cannot for the life of me recall, I went on there and wanted to buy a packer for £8, and the shipping totaled it up to £20. And I don't know about you, but as someone who is practically broke, it wasn't really a viable option for me. So unfortunately, I hate to be mainstream about this, but I got mine off Amazon. I know it's not the best place, and I know it doesn't support trans men, but at the moment it was the only place I could find anything that was like cheap. If there's anywhere else anyone else knows about, just let me know, because I would love to buy from somewhere else that's more supportive of the trans community. On to the second part of part 1, so to speak. There are 2 types of packers that you can get. You can get the soft packer and the hard packer. I personally prefer the soft packer because it means that it is more mouldable, and it also feels a lot more realistic, so that if, this sounds a bit sexual, but if someone were to touch you down there, it would not feel like you had something like a rock down there, you know what I mean. Right, so as I said before, I am about to show you my packer, so if any of you are triggered by that, it is best to stop watching now. Okay, right. This is mine. This is a Mr. Limpy packer. Now there are 2 types of soft packers. There is this one, the Mr. Limpy, and there is the Sailor Soft Pack. I picked the Mr. Limpy because when I looked at reviews, this was more flexible than the Sailor Soft Pack, is that you're able to store it in your pants anywhere you want. Now as you can see, this one is kind of large. I'm going to be honest with you here, I thought I was ordering quite a small one, but I kind of fell into a bit of a trap when I ordered it off Amazon, because usually when you buy packers they are listed as size, so you have 3-inch, 5-inch, etc. On Amazon they listed them as like small, medium and large, etc. I bought the small, not realising there was an extra small. So yes, this is the 5-inch packer. Now I didn't think this was going to work initially because I thought it was too big, but I think I can get away with it because I am quite chubby, I guess. It fits into my pants quite nicely, and it creates a realistic bulge without having to kind of squish things around a lot. I don't know if you can see this, mine is actually starting to fray a bit. I've had it a while, but it's pretty realistic. It has the head, it has the balls, even has veins along it. I don't know if you can see that. I would definitely recommend this one. As you can see, it's very flexible, so when you put it in your pants it can kind of squish flat. not flat, but squish into a shape that is more comfortable for you, so it shapes to your body as opposed to something that's a bit more solid. Now on to part 2 regarding packer care. Now obviously, as you can see, these are very, very soft and squishy, so unlike say a sort of a hard packer, they are a little more delicate and they are often quite, well, more prone to fraying and being damaged. A lot of the time when using them, I often find there is an issue regarding heat, because obviously you're going to have it in your pants, it is going to get hot, and when it gets hot, these things get sticky without being, you know, TMI about it. I'm just being honest here. And when they do get sticky, they start picking up little strands of fabric from your clothing, and then you end up with all these specklings, or sort of unattractive little bits of fabric just stuck to it. It doesn't look attractive, and it doesn't make it look very realistic at all. So what I do when it comes to these, I recommend washing these with warm water, warm, not hot, and just using regular hand soap or anything that you would use on your own skin. I like to think of it as part of my body, so I would only use stuff on this packer that I would use on my own skin. So any sort of regular hand soap, rub that, get into a lather, get this wet, and then just clean it up, get rid of all the different bits of, you know, grime, and it also means that it's nice and clean, because this is essentially, you know, against certain private parts, and it does smell eventually, and I know I'm being very TMI about this, but I feel that I need to be honest about it. They do smell, and it's not very hygienic to just constantly wear it all the time, especially at the moment around here, because the weather is just humid and horrible, and you don't really want it smelling. So yeah, you wash it in some warm soapy water, and then what I would do is you get a towel, you know, a soft towel, rub it gently with the towel until you've got it somewhat dry, but then what I would recommend is dusting it. Now a lot of sites I've seen, they'll have this packer dust which you can buy, which you dust it with after you've washed it to avoid it getting sticky, because it will get sticky. But if you're like me and you don't really have the money to keep buying that sort of thing, regular run-of-the-mill talcum powder works. Just sprinkle it on, rub it all over it in a thin layer, don't pour it all on, rub it on a thin layer, then rub the excess off with a towel, and then it's dry. Now on to part 3. Why get a packer? This is something that I thought about a lot when I was thinking about getting it, because I was quite happy with my sock packer, and I honestly, back then, I was still very dysphoric, and I thought, do I really want a penis in my room when I might be dysphoric about it? It was very much sort of, do I not? In the end, I was like, okay, buy one. I got it, and I can tell you it was so exciting getting it in the mail and being able to get it out and kind of just have a good look at it. It took a lot of getting used to, putting it in a harness and then wearing it, but after wearing it for so long, I have just literally, I can't leave the house without wearing it. Like, it feels weird doing a video when it's sitting there on the side as opposed to being in my pants. It feels like I'm missing a part of me, if that makes sense. Another big thing that it helped me with is that way back when I first started, I was sure that I wanted certain aspects of surgery done, but bottom surgery wasn't really an option for me. I didn't think I really needed it. I wasn't really sure if I'd be happy with it, but having this realistic packer has made me feel that I might be happy having bottom surgery. I feel that it is something that I would definitely like in the future. Not right now, because I don't think the science is ready, but definitely some point in the future I will definitely be looking into it because of the packer that I now have. Now, So, I hope you enjoyed this video today. It certainly was interesting considering I was technically showing you my dick. It was a bit of, it took a while for me to kind of get the confidence to do this because, like I said, it is a personal part of me. But yeah, I actually enjoyed making this video, and I hope that it helps a lot of you out there who are thinking about packers, wondering what you want, and also thinking, is it for you? I will see you in the next video. Bye guys!